Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevy.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, Liono Labor's Local 663, remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. We go to Willow Springs High School. It's our third trip down there in the last couple of weeks, but they have had a couple of Athletes of the Week nominations. We go back to Willow Springs. We talk with head coach Dustin Forrest. Coach Forrest, hey, thanks for your time today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Coach, 5-3 on the season. Got a win, I guess that was Friday night over Alton.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how the season has gone so far.
Yeah, 5-3 to start the year. We started out, we kind of, our schedule's kind of tough to begin the year. We go back-to-back tournaments, back-to-back weeks, and we went to the Stratford tournament the first week of the season, first week of December there. And, that's usually always a tough tournament. There's a lot of competitive teams in it. And we started out, we opened up against Cassville, first game of the year, which they've got a giant inside. I think he's listed as 6'8" or 6'9", and he's every bit of that. And we really don't have a ton of size. So to go up against them, we get a good win there to start the year. And then we played Ava, which is a fellow SCA foe, and we see them a lot. They've got a really good player there, and the Dalton kid, and was able to beat them to get to the championship game against Stratford. So we were excited about that opportunity to play Stratford. At Stratford, it's going to be a crazy atmosphere. And, Stratford coming into the year, they had a good season last year. I think they bring back, I think they have 7 or 8 seniors. I'm pretty sure. And Coach Ryerson does a great job with them. And we came in right off the bat and matched their intensity from the get-go. And it was just a back and forth intense game the whole time. I think with a minute and a half to go, it was tied. And we ended up just falling short. They hit, I think we missed a shot with a minute and a half to take the lead, and they went down and got a 3-point play, and it was kind of in there. We ended up losing by 6 there. So that was a good, you're frustrated for losing, but battling with them, team is, they're ranked in the state in Class 4, and then they're also, they're the 4 seed in the blue and gold coming up. So at their place, it was a good show for us. And we went to the Mansfield tournament the following week, and we were in the pool with Gloria Deo and Mansfield. Beat Gloria Deo pretty handily the first night, and then played Mansfield at Mansfield. And that's I'm from Norwood, so Summit Conference playing at Mansfield's nothing new to me. I know that's a tough place to play, and I'll be honest, Craig did a good job that night game planning against us. They guard us well. We didn't make many shots. I think we blew a 5-point lead twice in the fourth quarter. So we just didn't come out ahead there, and then end up playing Monette in the third place game and won pretty handily. So, and then since then, we played. We went to Alton, which Willow Alton goes back a long time rival there. And going to Alton, it's an hour away, and the road's not straight for half a mile. So to go down there, and we probably played our best game of the year, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of Kolby was. I looked over to our assistant coach. I think he had 20 in the first quarter. And he didn't miss a shot. He was unconscious, and that his starting us off like that kind of bled over to everybody else. And we shot the ball really, really well that night. And so we're in a good spot. We're 5-3 going into the blue and gold, and we got seeded. So we're excited about this week. For a school like us, small school, kind of away from Springfield, there's not a bigger time and more excitement than to go up to the blue and gold and play against some teams we don't normally play.
Coach, and you talk about you played 2 tournaments. You've got the blue and gold coming up, so you will have played 3 tournaments before the turn of the year.
Yeah.
Is your schedule, is it that much different? And I know Misha has changed some of the rules with regards to how many tournaments you can play. I think it's more now based on your entire number of games, rather than how many tournaments you can play. Was that by design on your part to get into?
Yeah, it kind of started last year. We came off. We had some teams drop us. And going into last year, we needed 3 games, and we were already in 3 tournaments. And we looked, our AD looked, and trying to find 3 games that match up with the days you have open. And we actually had a huge break there in December. where if we moved one game, then we could have added that Mansfield tournament. So you kind of weigh you weigh it here. You're losing some home games, but you pick up that Mansfield tournament. It's a fourth tournament, and it's a tournament that's going to be, number one, it's going to be competitive, but there's also games that you win. So we kind of weighed that factor and was like, let's just, this is easy, it fits. So we went to that fourth tournament, and then so we'll do the blue and gold, and then actually we'll be in another one. Our fourth tournament this year will be we'll go to Sparta in late January. We're going there. So yeah, and it's something we kind of reflect on every single year. We put feelers out there to see if we could get some games to fill those dates. Because number one, two tournaments back to back is tough on your guys, and then we're losing a couple home games by doing that. So we'll reflect on it next year, but it just seemed like what we needed to do again this year, just to go ahead and do that.
Well, not only that, they're two very competitive tournaments, and you end up playing the home school in both tournaments.
Yeah, that's always fun, but that it makes us better. But yeah, I'm telling you, like I said, I'm from Norwood. I hate playing Mansfield at Mansfield, so that's a tough place to play.
Any chance you see Greenwood in the blue and gold?
I'll be honest with you, I don't think so. I think they're in the other. Obviously we got Aurora in the first round, and Coach Thornhill does a good job with them. And actually, we went away this summer. We went up to Central Methodist to try to get away from here and try to get away from people we play. And Coach Thornhill was up there. The only other team I even knew who they were was Aurora, and we didn't play them, but we watched them play a bunch. And they kind of match up with us pretty well. We're both guard oriented, fly up and down the floor, and then obviously if you take care of business in that game and end up beating Aurora, we get Kickapoo at Springfield. So that'll be a blast. It'll be a good challenge and opportunity for our boys. And then I think out of that would be Fairgrove or Hillcrest. So no, I don't think Greenwood's anywhere near us, to be honest with you, now that I start reflecting on it.
We've got a young man sitting beside you who was nominated as part of the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, scored his 1,000th point of his career, and he's just a junior. Kolby James. Tell us a little bit about Kolby.
Well, I've known Kolby since he was in preschool. I've been at Willow my whole career. This is my 13th year. His dad taught PE with me here to start off with when we started, and then he's kind of moved up the ranks with me along the way. He's been elementary principal. Now he's our AD. And his dad gives him a hard time all the time because his dad was quite the player too. His dad was the all-time leading scorer at Willow. And then he went to Tennessee Martin, played Division I for a year there, and then he got a little homesick, transferred back home to play. Actually, one of his buddies, Josh Hume, he transferred back home to play with Josh Hume at C of O. So the James families they're no shy away from basketball. But I've known Kolby since then, and I remember him in kindergarten and first grade. We had like Y ball games. And it was almost unfair to go watch him play. He would be dribbling between the legs, shooting fadeaway jumpers, and I've known from the get-go. And he was practicing with us in the gym. He's down there when he was in third, fourth grade. That he's just he's a gifted basketball player, gifted athlete. But people don't see the work that he puts in. He's shooting all the time. If he's not shooting here, he's shooting at home. Go back to his freshman year, he broke every freshman record we had at dad on score and assists, and then did the same thing last year as a sophomore. And he's just continued to work. And his biggest thing, he's kind of undersized. I call him 5'9.5", 5'10", but he's probably he's probably barely 5'9". But I bet he's gained. He's about 5'9". 170? Yeah, about 170. 5'9", 170. He's gained about 15, 20 pounds of muscle the last 2 years, and he's just a quick bowling ball out there that's tough to mess with. He can pull up and shoot at any time. So everything he's got. There's a lot of obviously God-given ability, but he's worked his tail off to get to where he is, and I'm proud. He's starting to get some coverage, getting his name out there, and he deserves every bit of it.
Kolby, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
First off, on behalf of the Missouri State Highway Patrol and Chevrolet, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go back to that game. Did you know that you were approaching that 1,000 points?
Yeah, I did. I was 3 points away, and I knew I just needed 3 points to get it.
And what was the shot? Was it a three-pointer that you tied it with, or did you get it on the free throw line?
I can't really remember.
That surprised me on him. He needed 3 going into the Stratford game, the championship game, and of course his dad after the semi game was like, "Good grief, Kolby, you couldn't hit one more shot. You know, we could have just taken care of the night before." But I do think he hit a 3 on the second trip down the floor. I remember it because I was kind of just a brief second of, oh, there it is. But I knew, knowing him. I think after the game when I brought it up, I think he was kind of like, "Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that." But yeah, he hit it. He got it pretty early in that stretch.
Kolby, tell us a little bit about your, the position you play, what your roles and responsibilities are, and what you feel like maybe your strengths are, and maybe some things maybe you feel like you need to work on.
My role is to really get the offense going and really set up the plays and score and get my teammates open, good looks. Yeah, that's about what I do.
Yeah. What right now do you feel like you're doing really well, and maybe what are a couple of things you feel like you need to work on?
I think I'm shooting the ball right now. I think I need to look to get my teammates a little more open shots. Maybe rebound a little more. I haven't rebounded too well this year. I'm doing good on free throws. Maybe make a little more threes. My 3-point percentage isn't the best right now, but yeah, that's about it.
You see a lot of double teams.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
What do you do to kind of get prepared? Let's say you're playing tonight. Obviously, you're not. What are you doing throughout the day to kind of get mentally and physically prepared? You're drinking lots of water, trying to rest, listen to music, eating special foods. You have superstitions. What are you doing to kind of get ready?
The night before, my mom normally cooks me a good meal, get me ready. I try to drink enough water for the game, stay hydrated, get enough rest before the night or before the game. Yeah, that's about it.
You know, it's funny you've asked that because he may be the worst I've ever had or seen of a kid that gets cramps because he just goes a million miles an hour and he goes the whole game. I mean, he doesn't set very much. That probably falls back on me, but it's hard to take him out of the game. And there's been a few times, guy, that he has full body cramps. So you think we're going to take him to the hospital. So, like I said, I'm his principal up here. So every day, especially game day, I'm like, every time he walks through the hall, I'm like, "Where's your water bottle? Where's your water bottle?" And, we're constantly on him about getting fluids, but he's gotten so much better at that. But like I said, good news, his dad knows what he's doing. So night before games, I think they're getting in bed because his little brother starts for us too as a sophomore. And so getting him in bed and I think they eat him out of house and home. So they always have a good meal and we try to hydrate Kolby all day long and then the whole game, because like I said, when he cramps, it's over. It takes a while for him to get over it.
I went through that a little bit, and I played college football. I was a quarterback in college, and I went through that, and I had never heard of this, and now I see it a lot, is coaches will give me a jar of pickle juice. They just drink it during the day, and I was like, that's stupid. And all the time.
Pickle juice, mustard. We've got liquid IV packets because Kolby doesn't talk much, but boy, I tell you what, when he starts cramping, he starts talking an awful lot. He'll start hollering, "Coach, coach, coach, coach." So, but yeah, he does a good job of prepping for games. And, like you said, we're lucky that we've got 2 or 3 really good guards to go with him. But obviously, most nights it's the game plan is how to slow him down, how to keep him from getting to the rim. That's what he does. He does so well is getting to the basket, and he's so strong and quick. And I think this year he's really upped his game in junior high. He shot it lights out from 3-point line. Then he kind of went away from that and really just started going to the rim. But as people started closing down on him and doubling down at the basket, he started. He really worked this summer on his 3-point line, and he's hit a bunch of them this year. And I tell you what, when he gets to 10 feet and gets his feet set and shoots that jump shot, he jumps way off the ground. It goes in a lot. So that's his bread and butter, is getting there about that free throw line and pulling up. But yeah, he's really worked on his 3-point game, and I've seen it this year, really making a big jump.
Kolby, as you come into this season, and I do this just by the nature of what I do, I'll look on schedules and I say, I'd like to see this game, I'd like to see that game. Do you find yourself at the beginning of the season looking at your schedule and thinking, man, I'm looking forward to playing this team. I know someone on that team, or maybe they got us last year and I owe them a favor. Or maybe you're looking towards tournaments. Are there games you really look forward to participating in?
Yeah, there's some games Blue and gold coming up. There's those games you always want to win and compete in. Thayer, I want to play good against Thayer. They beat us the last 2 years, I think. Mountain Grove's won. Here, I think we should have won. And yeah, just those.
All right. Well, just a junior. Any aspirations to play at the next level, like Dad?
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. Well, again, and I just have one question left, and just let me know, or just to let you know, I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. So my question is, do you always wear your seatbelt?
I do wear my seatbelt.
You better.
Very good. Well, again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Kolby, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Coach Forrest, thank you so much for helping set this up. And I know it's kind of, this is episode 9211. So it's been going a little. So, but we appreciate it. Good luck in the blue and gold. I hope maybe I'll get to catch a game down there when you guys play.
Hey, perfect. Hey, thanks for having us. And you said you've been to Willow a couple times. I appreciate. We're a long ways from Springfield and that area, and we got good kids down here. And I'm glad that you're doing your job to help get our names out there. So I appreciate it.
Hey, you bet, gentlemen. Hey, have a very safe and happy holiday season, and we will see you soon.
See you. Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could